Oh fuck, boys! I'm gonna make sure I hit the right button this time, so I don't kill the wrong fucking chat. Fucked up. But yeah, jamming after brother Bruce, man.
Yeah, it's a fucking shame, bro.
I can't fucking believe it. Just in disbelief.
Well, I mean, me and Dams, we was just talking, man. Like, he wasn't looking too swift, man.
No, not at all.
You know, because I was even talking with T-Woom. He said, man, you know, Bruce ain't got much time left, dude.
We were
He's
talking
like,
when we were out doing the stream. What was it, last week or something, when we went in the hospice care and stuff? Yesterday, I saw his wife put out a picture. She just of his hand. Got one last claw picture yesterday.
Yeah, because I was gonna say we gotta throw it up, you know. But you know, looking at the pictures like from his birthday, especially seeing him standing next to Shelby, who's like a monster. Like he just didn't look. He looked frail, man. You know.
Oh yeah.
That dude, man, you got to give it to him. He was a fighter, though, dude. Like he fucking went all 12 rounds, man.
Oh yeah, it's fuck, man. That's hard. I just couldn't imagine fucking that. That's just eating away at your fucking body. That's what it did. I don't know if you guys seen it. You guys seen the last claw pick?
Oh man.
Look how skinny his fucking arm is, man. Or was.
It's just, man, it's just, oh, wow. Dude, I'm not, I hope I don't, like, look like an asshole for saying it or offend anybody, but I just find it weird. I know he was, you know, fighting and wanting to do everything he can, but that clinical thing, man. And then this.
I don't know. Like he was progressing. I personally, you know me, I'm the first one to go to conspiracy theories and shit like that. That's how my mind goes. But I don't know. I don't think so. Because I think what Drew said they were using, Bruce said they were using something with his daughter's blood to help make a drug with it. I could have made it progressed fucking really rapidly. I'm not a doctor. I don't know, but
right.
You know, I just don't know. It's not.
He was just such a fucking cool dude, fucking legend, man. Like,
well, you know, I mean, look at the guy. He was in fucking Rigor Mortis, one of the fucking, you know, the 1980s fucking thrash bands. I mean, you know, they didn't get the biggest name, like, you know, who got all the credit for it. But you can't forget Rigor Mortis, man, because they was just as fucking heavy as fucking any of them bands. And just because they wasn't from California or fucking, you know, the Bay Area, wherever, they get overlooked, man, because a thrash band from Texas, you know. But nah, man, like those guys, Capitol Records, man, you don't get much bigger than that.
Right.
Back then, you know. And I saw a funny thing where the label put out, like Capitol Records put out, like, look, to show how diverse they were with their music. They had a picture of Rigor Mortis, like the publicity shot of Rigor Mortis next to the publicity shot of Poison. It was the funniest fucking thing you ever wanted to see. You see Bruce, like, you know, and you see Casey Orr, and they're all just like menacing, and then you see like the other guys like making kissy faces. It was so funny. Oh, dude, and I got to bring this up. I always like to bring this up. On Doogie Howser, there was a Rigor Mortis poster on the wall.
Dude, I can't tell you how many people, like big names and shit, people that I've seen rocking a Rigor Mortis t-shirt, and like even with the there's an interview with Paul Gray, whoever he had passed, but he's rocking a fucking old school Rigor Mortis t-shirt. Like people like legit metalheads fucking knew who Rigor Mortis were. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like not just your run-of-the-mill Metallica type fan people, but like people that dug the fucking thrash scene knew who fucking Rigor Mortis
was. You know, you go to those metal shows, those festivals over in Europe, you rock something Rigor Mortis, people are going to shout you out.
You know who I like to compare them to with status? Pentagram. Like Bobby Liebling's Pentagram. Yeah, they're fucking big, they're known, but they didn't hit that fucking step to where Right, yeah.
But look, man, you had those dudes from Aerosmith, calling out Bruce and sending him messages and shit. Like Aerosmith, they're like one of the biggest bands ever.
Yeah,
and
seriously.
they're like showing respect to this guy. You know, that's how loved Bruce is. You know, and always will be, because not only the legacy he's left, and I think people are going to start to understand it more, because when somebody dies, then people go, oh, and they start to get into shit. I think once word gets around, and then people start going back and listening, and they're going to go, oh shit, this is like a forgotten gem of that era.
Yeah. See, I can't talk like I was friends with the guy, but from me and Josh getting to interview him and talk to him for that hour and a half, whatever. Dude was super fucking cool. And then when I went down to the fucking show, dude, I met up with Drew, and Drew had mentioned going out and eating all that, and he said, "Yeah, I asked Bruce, he's not feeling too good." And I'm like, "Oh man, yeah, I didn't expect that at all." When I got to the show the next day, I went up like, "Hey, what's up, Bruce?" He recognized me. I didn't have to introduce myself. First fucking thing the guy says to me is, "Hey man, sorry I didn't go out last night, man. I just wasn't feeling it." I'm like, dude, like, come on, bro. It's all good. Him and Gina were like so fucking nice and like really good fucking people, man.
Is that how you say your name? I always thought it was Jenna.
Jenna, I don't know.
I like, it's a weird spelling of the name. I'm not sure how to.
Yeah, but they were like real. They were super cool. I got to bullshit with them for a little bit over at the merch table, and then when the doors opened up, man, there was no chance of talking to him. Like, yeah, dude, there was literally a line to him the entire fucking show, and then the only time he wasn't hounded by people is when Warbeast was playing and he was upside stage. But then after the show, I went up to say bye to him, and Ryan's girl, what was her name? Gabby? I can't think of her name right now. But she's like, "You better get up there." And she like pushed me forward because, dude, there was like a ton of people coming.
Lyric, man.
Hey.
So sorry, brother.
Wow.
Man.
Oh, hey, man. What's up, Lyric?
Yo, what's going on?
Yeah, we're real sorry for your loss, man. We're real sorry.
Well, we're all doing the best we can to get through all this shit.
Jim Beam helps.
Yeah, Jim Beam helps.
Yeah.
But we got Mama Corbitt over here. Say hello.
Wife, Corbitt.
We love you. We're so sorry, Giant.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is there anything any of us can do? I don't know what we could do, but if there's anything, just ask.
I appreciate it so much.
We're just trying to let everybody know how much he affected us, and there's a lot of people out there that love Bruce and that he touched in a way that not many people can reach people, and it's just, he was an amazing musician, father, husband, just friend, and
humble ass dude, man. Humble.
It's just, even though I knew it was inevitable, it's so hard to believe that he's gone, and I'm celebrating his life, trying to relax with a beam and Coke.
That's it. We'll have a toast with you.
We're gonna throw up a claw.
Throw up a claw.
But I was just telling my girls here a story that I said I never thought I'd share with anybody. Because, Bruce would have been like, "Why are you telling them that?" So it made me smile.
We gotta write a book. We need to write a book.
Yeah. Here's to Bruce Corbitt.
Here's to Bruce.
Yeah.
Husband.
Batman.
Yeah. And that's exactly what we title it. The man behind. We're gonna write a book about Bruce. The man behind it.
Fucking Batman.
We would write a chapter each to finish a book.
Oh yeah, there
wasn't he? There was some. Well, he was working with someone on a book, wasn't he?
Yeah. Who was that? Yes, it's one of Casey Orr's guys, I believe.
Something like that for a living.
Fuck. I'm trying to find a lighter because I want to take my toast because I don't drink. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm doing, Lyric. I had one rolled up and ready, bro. I was telling them about when I got to come down there for the CD show, and that was the first and only time I got to meet Bruce face to face. You know, we had talked to him on this a few times, but the night before, Drew was talking about going and eating something or whatever, and before Bruce even said hi, he's like, "Hey man, I'm sorry I wasn't feeling up to it last night to go out and all that," and I was just like blown away, like, dude, no, it's no big deal, man. But he just wanted to make sure, you know, he knew that, or that I knew he wasn't blowing me off or something, which
It's a cool fucking call, man.
yeah.
I started working on something today that I was going to send them right when I heard the news. Here, I'd like to show you because I still like to send this to you and your mom. Just that way, this way you guys have it. Because can you see that?
wow.
Yeah, wow. That's kind of like a 3D printed or
No, actually, it's a record that's cut out. I did it on a practice record, but I was going to do it on an Aerosmith record and send it to him.
Oh, wow.
I was
Dude,
trying
that is
to get it done
sick,
today, and I heard the news, and it fucking killed me when I heard it. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah, you see that?
Yeah. It's made out of an Aerosmith record.
Yeah, that's cool.
I see it has a label on it.
Hey,
I-
Josh, present. Can you like just hit your buttons to present it?
Oh, hold on.
You know,
Maybe I did something wrong.
not
Can you,
bad.
that better?
Nope.
I think it's trying to.
You can see the label.
How about now?
Me off the road.
It's
Maybe I
tiny.
can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Lyric,
if you
just
click
push-
him, yeah, Lyric, if you click Josh's little square, that'll probably pop up. I think that'll pop up for you.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely
It'll
want
pop up, but it won't zoom.
We were trying
They're
to zoom
actually
it to read the label
just-
better.
I'm going to send it to you on Facebook. That'll make it easier.
That is so awesome.
Yeah, I want to make sure you guys still get that because I really I wanted him to get it, but I didn't get it done in time. Sucks.
He would have loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it
Oh, I
so
know.
much.
I know. I'll never forget like when when we first met him, like when we talked to him, we just did like an interview and just talking to him, just the passion with the music and about Scotia when everything happened, how open he was with everything. It was just such a cool dude. Lot of inspiration. You guys with Warbeast that year for me, big lot of inspiration.
I appreciate the kind words, man. It's it's been a true honor to be up there on stage with Bruce and Scott Shelby and Joey and even Drew, and the final years of the band that once was, as I like to say.
It'll always be, brother. I'm still wearing my T-shirt right now.
It makes me happy.
Dude, that shit's gonna go down and be on the same list as Rigor Mortis and all that shit for Texas, dude. I mean, fuck. I mean, I didn't really catch Warbeast until it was that split with the Illegals.
Oh yeah.
I'd always heard Phil, mention Rigor Mortis, so I knew a little bit about Rigor Mortis. But when that split came out with Warbeast, I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, it was.
I remember when I was in high school, like 1987, there was a radio station, WSOU. It was a college station, still there today. They still play like metal and stuff, but that was the only place you could really hear. Like you had Eddie Trunk, and he'd play like Motley Crue and call it metal, but you would hear in the regular rotation Rigor Mortis. So all us young Jersey kids, that would listen to metal, we all grooved on Rigor Mortis, man. And what I was telling the boys before was, they're kind of like overlooked from that era because they weren't cool from California, or they weren't like, New York hardcore. They're from Texas, so that was kind of wasn't really looked on as a place for metal back then. But Rigor Mortis will, and Warbeast will, people will always be fans of that music and your music because what not only what Bruce has done, but the people around him have created, is like I was telling the fellas, like you go over to Europe to these big festivals and you say Rigor Mortis, people are gonna know him. You know, they'll know what you're talking about.
Yeah, in fact, Philip, he's going to announce the news to everybody in Chile at one of his shows tonight that he's doing. In fact, he should be. What is it, like 5 now?
7 my time.
That was 5.
Yeah, it's almost 6 here, so he might be on stage right now already because it's like 11 in Chile.
Okay. Can I ask you can you give us a Bruce story, one of your favorite stories, or?
Oh man, one of my favorite stories, dude. Honestly, it's a simple story, and it's not much, but it was the time we spent together is when we watched all 5 of the original Planet of the Apes films. And,
I remember him doing the video talking about showing them to you, man.
Yeah, and growing up, I had always loved Planet of the Apes. It's just at that point, it had been so many years since I haven't seen it. He's like, that's it. We got to watch all 5 of them. And that's exactly what we did. And yeah, no, it was a mandatory thing. He was like, we're watching all 5. I've got the box set, and he's like, I even got the one that was produced by what's his face? You like him?
Nightmare Before Christmas guy.
Yeah, the guy that produced Nightmare Before Christmas.
Tim Burton.
Yeah, Tim Burton. Yeah, because he made his own version. We ended up watching that one too, and then the only one we didn't get to make, but we watched before together before all that shit, was the most recent one with what's his name? I'm not good with names.
That dude that was in Jurassic Park.
James Franco, I think.
Oh yeah, okay. James Franco.
Yeah, like the newer one. But yeah, that's simple memory, but definitely one of my favorites just because of the simplicity of it, just spending time together. I give you another one. It was my 19th birthday, and we were playing a show in San Antonio at Fitzgerald's, I think. And every time we went to San Antonio, we had a hotel that we were able to stay for free because the people who ran the place were huge fans. And for the past decade, anytime they went to San Antonio, they had them a room and everything. So we got there like at 2 a.m. or something, and I had just turned 19, and there was at least 30, 40 people in that hotel room or hanging around it from the show, and they all dogpiled me for my 19th birthday, dude.
Oh shit!
Everybody. Bruce was first, and then it was Scott, and then I lost track after that, but there was at least 20 dudes that dogpiled me on my 19th birthday, and that was Bruce. He's the one that made that plan up, but it manned me up.
That's it.
That was one thing I noticed when I came down there, dude, at the show at the Rail Club. It was the only time I was ever there, but I could tell like there was a certain a big clique that made every show like for the Texas thrash scene. Like when I was standing out there bullshitting with you and Drew, I was just looking around, and you could feel like there was just like how tight knit that clique is down there, man.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit. Everybody loves everybody. It's great, It's fucking heavy metal family, and that's one thing I've always loved about it is that we don't fuck with the metal family. If anybody tries to, then you're booted, man. And
I remember Joey telling us stories of the pit bulls. People fucking with each other, how they'd come and handle it.
Yeah. Oh, Lil Boy Blue.
That's what I call him too.
I've been running since Demon Seed. He was like 12. Maybe 16.
Always call him Little Boy Blue.
Blue.
I'm
Little
probably
boy Blue, he needed the money. Oh.
He earns that money. What? Yeah.
Uh,
He don't make too that much money, but he earns what he makes.
He's got some pretty nice pace symbols. I saw that
Oh, those
motherfucker.
are nice.
Yeah, I seen that pic, man. He's doing it big.
Yeah, I just recently actually got a new PV Sire Space. It's actually my first USA made base that I've bought with
Sweet.
my own money and everything. And I'm a big fan of this bass in particular because of the tones that you can get out of it, because it emulates the tone of a jazz bass to a
Oh, right on.
Rickenbacker to even just a P bass if you wanted to. Like, it's so versatile, and I like versatility because, you know, I'm a Primus guy, and
You need that.
I need that. I need that, you know, wide variety of tones, and these basses just do it for me in particular. And I was able to score one from a local bass player, and it's pretty much going to be used for the newest project, which is Mr. Machine, which is what me and Drew are starting to work on with.
I gotta tell you, dude, your guys' promo on this is top notch.
I got slipped the track, and that's very different. That's pretty cool.
No, it's definitely going to be an uncommon musical experience. It's not going to be anything like Warbeast. I will say there's no set genre. Every song is most likely going to be different. Like, it's just going to be music with Bill Moseley over it. You know what I mean?
It reminded me of the Hank 3 Guttertown album when he was doing the skits and interludes in it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you know that album, but it's kind of reminded me of that.
Hey, Lyric, I want to ask you about your bass. Is it active pickups or is it just like?
It's active, and it takes two 9-volt batteries. Which
9 volts? Wow, so each pickup has a battery?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
That's
a pain in
pretty
the
fucking
ass,
sick.
but
Yeah.
it's a powerhouse. And the thing is, every gig that I played with Warbeast, they had Thrasher, Randall Thrasher amps, and they had I was going up against 816s, and all I had was a 210 line 6 low down 400 watt amp. And I made it, and yeah, you say ooh, but I made it through every gig, and the bass and the amp and everything in between never failed a show. It never sounded like shit. I was always right in range where I needed to be in order to be heard, and it was the best investment I've ever bought because I got it at a Guitar Center for $100 because it was all lopsided and shit because it fell off the back of a truck.
Literally, it fell off the back of a truck.
It fell off the back of a fucking truck, and so I was like, $100, you know, fuck that, I'm gonna fix it. And so I got these 4 still huge like stainless steel bars just holding it up, and then I have these massive like they're screwed in and everything, and I have these massive casters at the bottom, so it's a small 210 kind of boxy amp, but it looks really beefy because it's, you know, because it was lopsided, and I ended up fixing it, and, you know, $100 for a fucking great sounding amp.
Hey,
Do you use a cabinet or do you just use it's a combo amp, right? You're talking about?
Yeah, it's a solid state. I'm trying to move on to tube amp. Really, I would like to do Mesa Boogie. They have a Mesa Boogie, what's it called? Like Prodigy head or something. And I like 10s, so I would like either a 410 or an 810. Or a 410 and a 115 maybe, just for that low end, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I would like to move on to Mesa Boogie, but I'd be happy with anything, really.
Well, we gotta send them the Mr. Machine stuff and get you a freaking promo deal, man.
Something, man. I know I know a lot of good things are going to be coming out of the Mr. Machine thing. We've got 2 songs down. There's a 3rd song being sent that I'm pretty sure he's writing vocals for at the moment. So I mean, we're progressing pretty well for the beginning of the year. We want to put something out by May, which is when Rob Zombie's new film 3 of From Hell or whatever comes out. So they want to kind of put them out around the same time is what they're I guess they're going for is what I
Is
was.
Bill in that movie?
One more time.
Is Bill in that movie?
Yeah, it's if you ever seen House of a Thousand Corpses or The Devil's Rejects, it's based off the same family. It's their 3rd film. So
Now, Bill, I remember seeing Bill Moseley in the Illegals video when they did the One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And was that Bill Moseley I'm thinking of, who was in the that Illegals, like they did like a promotional thing?
I know the Greasy Strangler was in one of those.
Okay, maybe that's who I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
it might have been, but Phil did do a project with Bill, and it was called Phil and Bill. And
we were listening to that when it came out.
It's all right. I mean, Phil wrote all the music basically, and then Bill, this is what he had told me personally. Phil, he said he had wrote all the music for it, and then Bill, when he went to Louisiana to record it, he brought a stack of lyrics like this, and they sat there and worked on it for like 2 or 3 days and finished it and called it a day, as far as I'm concerned, is what I was told. A
lot of people like that.
Yeah, it's a good record.
Yeah, and the thing is with Bill, whenever he comes out with a new project, a musical project per se, he really changes it up every time. I don't know if you're familiar with Corn Bugs, but it's basically a group consisting of Bill and Buckethead.
Okay.
And it's
Oh, technical issues.
Oh, I think we got some technical difficulties. We'll get him a second. Let him render.
Bill's voice on top of it. And yeah, it's just a big conundrum of sounds, and it's pretty crazy.
I'll check it out.
So yeah, if you've never heard of Corn Bugs, check them out, man. The best album I think is Brain Circus.
Okay.
So those guys, like, they don't like you're talking about, they don't really, because I know Buckethead, he doesn't really follow any form of, he just kind of does his thing. So it's just like kind of those 2 guys doing their thing.
Pretty much, yeah. This is back in like, I want to say like 2000. It might have been like 99, 2000, 2001 maybe. Maybe 2004. Like, it was one of those years,
one of those years with the 2 in it.
Yeah, there's a 2 or a 9. Who
cares? But it's very interesting, and it's really one of the main influences of why we wanted to pursue something with Bill in the first place, because I'm a huge fan of like voices in general, like cartoonish voices. Like Adult Swim is my shit, dude. Any voice like Meatwad or Space
Master Shake is the best.
Master Shake, dude. Like, cartoon voices to me are like so much of an influence. That's so awesome. Look at that. He's got a master.
Hey everybody, I'm Master Shake. Blah 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 blah. You know who's great? Billy West.
That's fucking awesome. I want
Billy
one.
West.
I can 3D print you one.
They had this kit was like a whole kit. There's like not a whole kit, but it came with it's like from the episode where there was the school bus parked outside of the house. And there was like a moth in it, and Master Shake thought it was a Dracula bus. And he's like,
oh yeah.
So I got the moth, and like I got the lights for his head, and he comes with the his little pool float. Like you can put his little
dude. They need to make one with the you remember the Boost Mobile episode where they had all that shit all over
all
them?
the gear.
Hey, Josh. I remember that because they used my name in it. I love that episode.
Oh, that's right, Josh.
Josh is gonna fucking kill me.
That show to me is the most brilliant show I've ever seen in my life.
It's same here. It's one of the most bizarre, but it goes on every detail you can think about, like in life. You know, they have an episode for everything that you wouldn't think they would have an episode for.
They have an episode with Danzig, and then they have an episode with
Danzig
Giant.
Zach,
wasn't it the swimming pool of blood with Danzig?
Yeah,
Zach Wild was on there,
that's
and
right.
Master Shake, he's like, "Hey, Zach Mild, can you lift it up a notch?"
He goes, take some pills, drink some booze.
that's fucking great. Hey, Lyric, do you think I could bug your mom to share one of her Bruce stories? I'd love to hear something.
No, there's so many.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she says there's so many, but let's give it a shot. You want to give it a
What's
shot?
your favorite? I would just love to hear it.
She said she needs some time to think. She wants
Not a problem. Have a couple more sips, just like I'm doing.
I'm about to have a couple more rips myself. So,
I just
Smoking on some Gorilla Glue.
gotta have that.
not right
Dude,
now.
dabs are too much for me, bro. I can't do it.
Yeah, she's not feeling it. She says
Right
it's
on.
too fresh.
Right on.
Tear up.
I completely understand that.
But in time, I'll give you plenty of stories.
Hey, Josh's Metal Mondays. You got your teaser, right?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Where the fuck is Josh's Metal Mondays?
It was on last week. Where were you?
What? There's
Yeah.
no way. Oh, dude. Apparently, I've been out of the loop.
Come on, you're calling me out here, man. You gotta at least check.
I've been trying to
you're
get
right.
my little handyman thing going, man. It's so hard to fucking do it both right now, but I made sure I heard what happened today. I was like, fucking no, hell no.
And my name's not Josh, so I don't care.
Your name has the same letters as Josh, except you got an E, Joe. So it's kind of the same, right?
Wrong.
You
Oh, no,
just
it's
call
not even-
you-
Yeah, I'm just sitting.
I'm calling you Joe. I forgot your name's Tommy. I completely forgot that. Why am I
Tommy
calling you
Shakes,
Joe?
man. Tommy Shakes.
God damn, dude.
Dude, them teasers though you're doing for the Mr. Robot though, I give you guys mad
Mr.
props.
Robot,
I
Mr.
love,
Robot's a
especially the
TV show.
first one. That one with that weird music that was going in the background with the robot move, dude. That was sick as hell.
I got sent one song. I don't know the name of it. Drew sent it to me. It's fucking pretty cool. It's different.
What does it have? Like music and stuff like that?
It's acoustic and it's just fucking just weird. It's very, very. I wouldn't know the name of it.
All three of the ones.
Sorry, guys. I lagged out. What?
Oh no, I was saying Drew sent me one of the first Mr. Machine songs.
Yeah.
Or Mr.
Mr. Robot.
I said
Robot.
Mr. Robot. Jesus Christ. I'm stoned as hell. Leave me alone.
He's thinking of that TV show.
Christmas in July.
Yeah, that band Probot.
Probot.
Robot.
What?
Yeah, dude, this fucking I don't know how you smoke them fucking dabs, dude. Just these get me fucking retarded.
Oh.
Dude, if I had access to dabs, my life would be complete.
Stay off this shit.
Well, that's what I'm doing tonight, buddy.
I can't do it, man. I tried a few times. It fucking gets me. I can't do it. I had this. I bought a gram once because there's a dispensary near me. I bought a gram one time, dude. I couldn't. I'm like, I had to go home. I couldn't even work that day. I'm like, fuck this. I'm like, what the fuck is the point of this shit?
Put you out that bad? Damn,
Dude,
man.
it had me
Oh,
fucking.
man.
You should have seen. Ask Joey when I went down to Cleveland to see Super Joint play. I hadn't smoked in years, bro. And he had one of them vape pens. I was so paranoid I couldn't even go into the venue for like an hour.
No, those vape pens, they'll fucking do a
Drag her
number
off.
on you, to be honest.
See, that's what I'm smoking on right now, man. It's a Gorilla Glue cartridge.
Listen, Dems, we're gonna send you some of this.
Yeah, you need this, boys.
You need some. No, you need some of
No,
this.
you'll see me on the fucking news.
This is 4 ounces of buds soaked in fucking 2.5 shots of Everclear.
Ah, Jesus. I think I got something like that in the fridge.
This'll destroy your life right here. You drink
Yeah.
it.
I
You
bet.
should put it. You should put Josh. You should put it in a tampon and shove it up your arse. That's a good way to get high, man. You
That's
stick
what
something
the
up your
kids are
ass,
doing.
you get real high.
They're fucking soaking it in wine. I don't know. These kids these days eating Tide Pods and sticking things up their asses to get high. It's fucked up.
It really is. It really is. I mean, if that's the route they want to take, fuck it.
Yeah, that's that's their thing.
Yeah.
Puffin
I'll
glue.
stick to what I'm doing.
Yeah, I can't get all crazy with some of that shit, man. I swear, fucking, it don't even feel like a weed high at a certain level. It's like you're fucking tripping on something.
Awesome.
You just got to get used to it. That's the whole thing. Once you get used to it, that's
Yeah, I guess because I'm finally
how-
used to the vape pens.
Like twice.
What are you
speaking
smoking
of-
on, Lyric?
Yeah, I got one right here. I usually do like the competition mods, like the mech mods where they're copper and brass, which by the way, Josh, that's why I left you that comment earlier. I'm curious to see if you can sculpt a copper or a brass.
I thought copper was. Show me what it looks like. I'd have to see it.
I don't have. Well,
Oh, send it later. You don't have to do it right now.
You can't be smoking out of copper, dude.
Yeah, I thought copper you can't smoke out. I thought that's bad for you.
no. It's not for smoking out of. It's for vaping out of.
Okay.
Let me get a. Ow. I'll be right back, guys. Ow.
Right on.
Now, normally I tell somebody, yeah, smoke out of copper, but you're cool, man.
I remember getting yelled at. My uncle, he yelled at me for smoking. Then the worst part, I got yelled at. He's like, "Dude, you're smoke," because I made my own copper pipe. There's fittings in the
It's
basement.
like get a bunch of cracks, stick it in copper.
No, dude, this is what I took. Fucking, there was the '90s, the elbows that they sell at Home Depot copper.
Mhm.
I took that and I took a piece short length of copper, made my own pipe, and I put fucking the screen from the screen windows in it. I didn't get yelled at for the weed use. I got yelled at for how I was smoking it.
You'd be better off with a fucking can.
I used to get. I remember being
Whoa,
told
what's
smoking
that?
out of tin foil bowls or.
Oh fuck the bat cave.
What's going on? Oh, man.
Yeah, but I know what a laptop charger looks like. You're all right.
I had to throw you on for a minute. We were checking out the bat cave, buddy.
Oh yeah, the Bat Cave.
Bat
Okay,
cave.
let's see. Well, let's see. All my copper and brass shit are Cerakoted, so it doesn't actually show a lot of.
How about what's the name of the part? I could Google it real quick.
Well, this is a Purge Back to Basic V3.
Oh, so just
Damn,
fucking
that
just
sounds
tubes you need
scientific.
basically. You need some tubes.
Yeah, it's just basically a brass tube is all it is. Let me
Is there
check.
what is threaded too inside? There's threads.
Yeah. Check it out if you can see that.
Yep. I can see that.
There's
It's got a
threaded
scientific
inside,
name.
and then right here is the button, and then basically it's got a silver contact, and then when you press the button, the
That heats
contact,
up.
yeah, it makes contact with the battery because the RDA. Let me unscrew this here. This is pretty complicated, but I'm trying to
I
get
never
back.
thought
into
vaping
this
would be
shit.
so complicated.
So scientific and shit.
Seriously.
It's complicated if you want it to be, and I'm one of those guys that likes it to be complicated.
You got one of them mental minds. You're talking to a bunch of dummies here.
Fucking speak
Okay.
for yourself, bud.
So let's see. They have there's the camera. See, it's a 510 threading,
Okay.
and there's a silver pin that protrudes. And then there's like a peak insulator in between that for voltage drop and basically to, to not electrocute yourself, basically. And then,
Yeah, that's fancy.
It's only 5 volts. Come on.
and then on top of that, by the way, this one uses like a 30 amp battery.
Damn, really?
Yeah, and then I got another one that uses a 35 amp battery, and that's my fucking baby, and that one's copper.
Modded into a vape / taser.
Throw some more coils in that bitch. You can make the amperage go up way higher.
I got them at like a 0.1 ohm, which is pretty low for a 35 amp, but the batteries that I use can handle it pretty well.
Right on. No, I would have to look at. I've never made anything like that, but it looks like the kind of gun parts that I'm kind of working on. So I think I could do some. Threading's not hard. You give your tap and die and shit. It's not that hard.
Yeah, like I could probably send you blueprints or something, because they make clones.
Just send me a list of the fucking name of the parts. I'll just can Google them and go up there. I don't even need that much.
Yeah, because I mean, it's just this is a U.S. made. This fucking thing was like $250, but
God damn.
Yeah, so that's another business. If you want to start making mods and shit, so you can sell.
I thought Vape was kind of out. Oh, excuse me, Joker.
I was just that's for smoking weed, or is that for smoking like?
That's for vaping. That's because people do. This is gonna sound gay as fuck, but people do vape competitions, like cloud competitions and stuff. And there's people out there like there's $1,000 prizes and all sorts of shit for it.
Yeah, I seen them. They blow some like crazy rings and shit.
Okay, I'm
not that kind of shit.
I'm not going to say that's gay, but it is a little fruity. It's a little fruity.
Yeah, I completely understand, but it keeps me out of trouble for the most part.
You know what? It's better than the air guitar competition.
The air guitar competition.
I would love air guitar.
Did you ever see that? They have like world championships for like air guitar, for like retards going on
stage.
Even
back in the day when Iron Maiden was coming up, I thought, isn't that how their band started? Where they were doing air guitar fucking competitions in a bar? That's how Iron Maiden came about?
I think so.
Yeah. They've been going on for a while. Dude, I could fucking rip the fuck out of an air guitar.
No, but you got to see these guys. There's no way that these guys have ever seen a guitar, let alone played one. The way they hold their hands, and I mean, it's ridiculous.
Oh, it fucking is, buddy. It fucking really is. Oh.
Hey guys, I gotta take off and go make grub for the little ones. But
man.
You do your thing. We're gonna keep.
You guys have a good night. Lyric, much love, man. My condolences to you and your mom. You guys.
Hey, I appreciate the kind words, man. Think of me naked.
I got you, man. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.
Later. I was not expecting that "think of me naked" comment. That was pretty good. Wasn't expecting that one. Oh fuck. Oh shit, just lost my train. I had a question for you. I was gonna. Oh yeah. So what's your thoughts on Trump hats?
On Trump hats? Oh well, dude. Honestly, like I've been saying on the post, to me, it's just a hat. I think people are so far-fetched from what it actually represents, they don't know really what it actually represents. And personally, I don't know enough knowledge to even give a shit about the entire situation. Because I'm non-political. The only problem I've ever had with the president is Obama, and that's when he fined me when I didn't have health insurance.
See, that's the. I never voted before then either. Never voted nothing. I had great health insurance with my job. Fucking ended up losing, and I got fined for it. And I didn't vote, and I just turned 18, and
you
just turned 18. Yep.
Yeah, like I turned 18, and my birthday is the last day of tax day, basically April 14th, and so I got it done at the same time, and because I turned 18 and I was working at a job, I was in the bracket of being able to pay for health insurance. So they took basically my entire fucking
Check.
Yeah, they took all my taxes, and
Like,
I was really that really fucked me up that year because I had like good plans with that money.
Motherfuckers need that return.
Yeah,
Shit.
exactly.
That's like, what is single person? What was it, $800-900 I believe for single? Yeah, for me and the old lady it was like 13 or 1400.
you could get a brand new surfboard for $1,400, dude. Brand new.
I should be expecting like hopefully like 17 or 1800 from just I think what 21,000 last year.
I haven't gotten a tax return in fucking 7 fucking years. I only pay.
Oh, dude, I bet it's nice.
No, Jokerfish has seen some of my tax bills.
Oh yeah.
No, Dems was the better one because I called him up when I first got. I got a bill for $60,000, and I called Dems up. Or no, I think it was even on live stream. I showed him the paper. He goes, "Bro, what the?"
See, that's because
Hey.
you live in highfalutin New York.
So isn't that pretty much out in the middle of fucking nowhere?
What, New York?
No, where
Yeah.
you live specifically.
No, bro, I'm like literally an hour and a half north of New York City, but I'm on top of a mountain.
Wow. That
Okay.
close? An hour and a half? You live that close?
I'm right there. I just got to jump on the thruway, hit the Palisades.
I grew up 15 miles from that terrible, awful place.
That's where I was confused from because you said you lived in New York, but I see you in like a forest every time you take a picture or something. And I'm like,
I literally live on a mountain. We live on a mountain back up here, and I have 400 acres behind my house of state parkland.
And it's a volcano too, right?
It's not a fucking. Well, maybe it is.
That's what I heard.
Maybe
I heard it's a volcano.
It could be. I don't know yet.
Someone told me that.
I don't know yet.
Yeah, but bro, you see me doing farming and shit out. It doesn't look like I live an hour and a half from New York City, right?
Not at all. It looks like you live out in the middle of Sterling, Oklahoma.
That's where
Basically, an hour and a half out of New York City is Sterling, Oklahoma.
Well, no, like you got your towns. Like there's certain you go hit Hudson, Albany, but Albany's a shit town. Fuck Albany.
Oh, Albany's terrible. Any state capital is an awful, awful town.
Why is that?
Because
it really Austin is horrible.
Austin state capital. Oh yeah, I can imagine. I've seen the videos on InfoWars when those motherfuckers are going to the protest.
Oh yeah, dude. Hey, you ever seen that video of Eric Andre going to the Alex Jones rally?
Oh, that dude's hilarious, Eric Andre. I love that dude. Him and Hannibal Buress.
Dude, he goes to an Alex Jones, like, straight up, like, whatever you call it, where public service or public speaking or whatever.
Yeah.
He was able to get up there on stage with him because he kind of pushed himself up to get up. And one of the first things he says was like, "I want you to have sex with my wife," or some shit like that.
Eric Andre's great.
And everybody just goes, "Boo!"
Dude, he fucked me up the first time I saw. I didn't like his comedy at first.
No,
it's
great.
different.
I didn't either. Right? I didn't either, but it grew on me over time.
It was
the first time I saw
it.
The first time I saw it, I fell over. I was like, "This guy's doing something different. He's not afraid of anything."
It took me a minute to understand it because I'm so used to these comedians fit inside a fucking box. You know, when you see somebody jumping outside of a box, it's is he just sucking or is he doing it on purpose? You know.
See, the one thing about great comedians is they have no fear. They have no fear, because if you're gonna go out and do that and make a public spectacle of yourself, you can't hold back in any way.
Balls deep.
Yeah, like if your act is being like a goofus and tripping and falling around, well, do it, and you can't hold back.
Yeah, that's it.
Dude, one of my favorite not actors, but comedians, stand-up comedians, I should say, of all time is Ron White.
Ron White, yeah, he's good, man.
Dude, I love Ron White. I grew up watching him, and Yeah, his delivery. It's all about the delivery. And
Yeah, the way he could like the way he has the mic, and he kind of like walks around, and he's not like a joke teller, like, hey, I just flew in from Chicago, boy, my arm's tired. He'll just kind of start talking, and he just controls the way he controls the audience and everything is fucking great.
yeah,
Well, Josh,
he doesn't
Josh-
give a shit either.
Josh just went to a comedy show.
Oh,
And,
Lyric, you into Artie Lang?
Artie Lane, it sounds familiar.
What? Really?
uh,
Oh, you're young. We gotta teach you, son.
yeah, that's right.
Hey, yeah, remember that I am only 21 years old
Yeah,
now.
we gotta teach you.
I know
Oh,
a
man.
fair share of some deep shit, but I'm still learning, man.
Oh, I know. I'm just surprised you know Ron White, but not Artie. I'm kind of surprised on that one.
Well, Ron White's like he's more of like a Southern guy.
I know,
You know,
but
Artie Lang's a
okay,
Jersey
yeah, Texas. Yeah, Texas. Okay.
You know, like Artie Lang's just like New Jersey.
Yeah. We
Like, you want to meet
I,
a Jersey guy, go see Artie.
I forget the area we live in.
You know,
Somebody in
we live in the area of
We got-
Andrew Dice Clay.
Oh,
I could see that because it's such a small world as it is, really, if you think about it, man.
oh yeah. We got somebody saying they grew up with Tom Green. Oh, I couldn't
Oh,
stand
Tom Green.
Tom Green. He was terrible. Ugh.
Yeah,
I thought he did.
I wouldn't like growing up with that guy. I'll tell you that much.
And like
I
the
thought
comedy, it reminds me of the comedy I tried doing when I was 2.
But you got to admit, when he put like the guy beating his wife's statue on his parents' lawn, that was kind of hilarious.
He had when
That
he fucked
kind
with
of
his parents.
hilarious.
When he fucked with his parents, that was pretty good. I will.
You know, he got a statue of a guy beating his wife and put it on his parents' lawn. That is funny.
But like even Bam Margera when they started out with Jackass, I don't know if you watched that there. When they
When Bam would beat the shit out of his father when he was shitting, that was the greatest thing I ever saw.
You ever seen that? That's a Jackass show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I grew up watching Jackass.
I saw Bam Margera at a bar one time, and but all these sycophants were around him, and I'm just like sitting there, and all these like sycophants are like Bam, 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 and he's just like, I'm getting out of here.
You should have just walked up to him and punched him right in the face.
No, but the boys outside were fucking with him. They're like, there was like a homeless dude that was like asking for money, and they're like, yo, ask him for money. He's rich and famous. He's on TV. He's got a lot of money. So this homeless dude's like, yo, give me some money, man. It was in Lower East Side, Manhattan. So you know them homeless dudes down there.
Yeah, I can see that.
Did you get to tour with Warbeast at all?
We did mini tours. We didn't get to go full blast and go to South America or anything like that. There was talks of going to Mexico, and we had another one for Canada, but that had to roll out because Scott.
You don't want to go there. That place is terrible.
Well, yeah, I know, but we couldn't do it anyways because Scott has assault charges.
Well, I would have to guess like Scott. He's got to have assault charges somewhere.
Now wait, was it charges or a conviction?
It was, I believe it was charges. That's what I heard.
Because I got aggravated assault charges, so I don't think they'll let me in there. But there's no need for me to go there ever.
Yeah, see, Scott's the type of guy. Like, I want to wrestle him, but then I would probably get beaten so bad that I'd start getting angry and pissy, and I'd probably start hitting back, and then I'd probably get one whack to the face, and then I'm calling the cops. Fuck you.
No, you would definitely lose. Scott's when he's like Macho Man Randy Savage, you better look the fuck out. It's pretty much how Randy takes his pants off. You know what I mean?
Bro, like if he got up, I would so fucking wrestle him right on stage. I'd probably get my ass fucking.
No,
beat.
you know what I want, Josh? You know what I want to see? I want to see Doyle, right? That like shredded up Misfits guitar player. I want to see him wise off to fucking Scott Shelby, like, because he walks around like he's a big shot. And he's a fake New Jersey Guido tough guy. And I would love to see Scott Shelby choke slam him like the fucking Undertaker.
If anybody could do it, it would be Scott Shelby.
Let me ask you a question. I heard he goes to these invalid homes and finds these 300-pound ladies, and for his workout, one hangs off each arm and he bench presses them up and down. Is there any truth to that?
You talking about Scott?
Yeah, I heard he goes and finds these huge women, 300 pounds, hangs them from his arms, and just fucking does exercises.
Yes, actually, yes, that is true. I've seen
So Lyric, what's Scott doing these days?
Well, Scott, he's pretty much just an average Joe nowadays. He just got his own house and he's got a brand new truck and
fishing pole.
Yeah.
Did you get a new fishing pole?
I'm pretty sure soon. I didn't.
Right
he got a new mountain bike, and so he's been biking and just being a regular old fucking guy. You know what I mean?
I dare you fucking call him old to his face.
Just living life, man.
I called him an old fuck on his last birthday. I can't remember how old he is though.
50, 60, who knows?
I think he just turned 50, honestly. I think.
I don't know.
Wrong.
What was Scott doing before like he hooked up with Bruce?
I'm pretty sure
Gamicide
and
earlier though.
Drugs.
Now, was that band? Were they like just a Texas band, or did they go out and?
Yeah, they were like a Rigor Mortis sort of Texas-based underground thrash metal band.
Cool, man. That's cool as hell. See, I love all the underground shit. I'm like the punk rocker of the crew. Like all that hard underground hardcore and shit.
That's good stuff, man.
Dysphere, boys. Check out Dysphere. Oh, Josh, I sent you Dysphere.
You don't even have to tell me that anymore. They're fucking good. Lyric, you'd probably like them. Dysphere, Disfear.
Dysphere.
They're a band out of Sweden, and the singer's from. What's that?
Go ahead and link me, and I'll check it out.
All right, they're a Swedish band, but they're not gay.
I'll tell you. The singer from Dysphere is from a band called At the Gates. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
Doesn't sound familiar, but
oh my god, how do you not know At the Gates? Oh, we gotta learn you. There's so much music we could penetrate.
I forgot, Lyric. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting.
It's okay, guys. It's okay. Promise me, because I get this shit every day, and I'm very, very bad at checking out new material.
You have a lifetime of just new stuff to listen to, brother. Lifetime worth.
I know it, and that's why I don't rush into things. You know what I mean? I've been listening to Buckethead, the same shit, new shit that he's put out, because he's got over 350 different fucking albums that I can listen to.
Jeez. Well, you like that? It sounds like you like that kind of like just whack. I'm not gonna say wacky, but like Primus.
Well, I never play the bass.
Like when it
Frank
comes down
Zappa.
to the actual act of music, and people may consider me this metal guy, with a long beard and whatever, I'm really not. Like, Primus is my favorite band. My second favorite band is probably King Crimson, and then
nice. Now, do you listen to like Zappa or Beefheart or any of those like older guys?
A lot of people have been wanting me to check them out, for years, and I'm just stubborn with music, and I don't like take the time out to listen to.
If you ever come across it, I think you dig it, because it's old timey stuff. It's like from the '60s and shit. But those guys were wacky back then, so they was doing some wacky stuff.
Those are the people Primus listened to when they got their influences, basically.
Yeah, I know one band that Primus got one of their influences from was the Residents. If you've ever heard of the Residents.
I have not.
I know the Residents. I don't, I'm not too familiar, but I know the name. Yeah.
They've been around since before Floyd, and they're still putting out records. And they're just one of those theatrical kind of like take a couple hits of acid and sit back kind of band, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're really out there. Like,
yeah, that's why I think I think you'd really like Zappa, and I think you'd really dig Captain Beefheart.
Captain Beefheart.
That's
I just saw his face when you said that name. He's like, I like that name.
Captain Beefheart is like people like they say Zappa is the man. Nah, man. The people that know that Captain Beefheart, Don Van Glee, and the band was Captain Beefheart. They're amazing.
Captain Beefheart's the fucking guy, huh?
Lyric buddy, I gotta ask you a question.
What's up,
What's your favorite Warbeast song to play live?
My favorite Warbeast song to play live? Well, let me start off by telling you the hardest song for me to play live.
That works too.
Still on with him?
Yes, I am. And the hardest song, honestly, is probably Punishment for Gluttony, because in the middle of the song, I switch between my fingers and my pick, and I hold my pick between my two fingers like this.
Okay.
So I'm just using these two fingers while I'm holding the pick like this, and then I still have my 3 fingers and thumb to slap for the slap parts when I need to. And then after all that's said and done, I just grab the pick from these 2 fingers, and then I'm back to thrashing.
You gotta practice that fucking hand motion, getting that perfect.
Yeah, and we've done that song pretty much every time we've played until the end, and it's still hard, you know. I mean, that if you actually had like a drum and bass track like version of that album, the bass would blow your fucking mind, because I do some pretty intricate shit, but you know, housecore, it sounds like housecore.
Is there such a thing in existence, a drum and bass version, a mix down that you could get? I would fucking love to hear that shit.
I would, you know what? I'll probably have to email Philip once he gets back from fucking Chile, but if I can get in touch with Big Fella, he can just send me the wave files.
Oh, I'd love to. Like, I love hearing when it's broken down, because the guitar comes out as much, you know what I mean? But hearing it actually broken down, it makes you appreciate the how do I even say the word? Intricacies. I think that's how you say that. Intricacies.
Yeah, intricacies.
Yeah, that's a hard word to say. That makes you appreciate them more.
It really does, because there's like bass harmonies with the guitar harmonies, and like they're all kind of drowned out. So like you really have to listen to them. And there's that one drop on Centuries of Poison Soil where it's like I forget which part, but it's like right in the middle. It's like right after the George of the Jungle part, where it's just the tom.
Okay.
George of the Jungle. That's awesome.
Yeah, and we had code names for like all sorts of shit for that album, like on Maze.
So like, yeah, you shout out a name. It's like you're a quarterback and you shout out the scheme. You're like Oklahoma.
Yeah, one of my favorite ones is if you listen to Maze of the Minotaur, like during the actual, you know, that riff, like as soon as he starts singing, Blue is fucking hammering on the ride. And I called that, I told him, he's like, what should I do right there at that part? And I was like, dude, just go full blast King of the Hill. You know? And it turned out that way, and it sounded to me, still to this day, I think it was the best choice.
Ring, 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 like the
he's hammering the fucking ride, like. I was like, yeah, and King of the Hill is what I referenced it to. I was like, King of the Hill, the motherfucker.
You'd be like, yo, King of the Hill.
Hey, lyric. Ryan wants to know, did you do that on the demo, the bass one you're looking for the drop?
No, because on the demo, unfortunately, on the demo, that song in particular, it was short. Centuries of Poison Soil was like a last-minute song.
Okay.
Like, it was very last minute, and it ended up being the song to open up the album. And it originally started as a Scott and Blue jam of just them fucking around. And in fact, if I can find a track of the original version, because honestly, it crushes. And it's just guitar and drums, but we don't play that main hook riff at all until the very end. We get through the entire song, and then at the very end, we finally play the dan 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 dan, that part or whatever, and it's just Scott doing it for a minute, and then the drums come in with it.
Oh no.
Oh, he'll come back. He lagged up a couple times. He always comes back.
These are great stories, man.
I know. I want to get as
Is
much.
Ryan that dude that did the demo for them?
Yeah.
Right on.
Oh, there we go. You lagged out for a minute, Lyric.
Yeah, I got fucking Walmart connection.
No, you were rocking out too hard, sir.
Yeah.
I couldn't take it.
Dude, I'm telling you though, the demo for it, all it needs is some bass, and then dude, that it would be a crushing sound fucking demo for what it is.
Well, Dems was telling me, and Josh was telling me, like, the demo sounds really good, man.
It really does. It is not a bad demo. All we need to do is treble up the guitars, probably fix the snare just a little bit, tweak that, and my last guess, honestly, is turn up the fucking bass.
Turn up my headphones. Turn up my headphones. Now, are there songs on that demo that didn't make the record, or are they all on the record?
There was the two, right?
All on the record.
Okay.
All on the record.
I thought. No. What were the two that just got released from? That wasn't from the last record, right?
That just got released. No, those were from Destroy. Those were the ones that weren't released from Destroy.
Okay.
And honestly, since Destroy came out, Monster had always been my favorite song off of that record. And now since it's came out and I've been able to listen to it full blast with Kerry Crafton's mixing and it's, dude, that was one of my all-time favorite fucking songs because of the bass part right in the beginning. And I would always hoped that in the 3 and 4 years that me and Drew joined the fucking band that we would bring that song to the stage live at some point, because that song would have crushed and we would have played the fuck out of it because it crushes. To me it does. And yeah, that's definitely like one of my top favorite Warbeast songs, and it just got released.
Nice.
Right on. Do you guys ever have any plans just to get together and just jam some more Warbeast songs, or?
Not currently, especially since Joe is in Chile with the illegals and Scott's off doing his own thing. I know Scott's gonna be at the house tomorrow because we got a whole bunch of company and shit coming over because.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah, because of the inevitable of today, but yeah, dude, it was really sad because this morning, when I was getting ready to go to work, I got out there to warm my car up, and the nurse comes out and she wants to follow up, and she tells me basically he's having terminal restlessness. He just can't rest, and he keeps wanting to get up out of his bed, and so it just basically came down to a hard point to where it was either have someone keep him in his bed 24/7, because you would get him in bed, tuck him in, and then he would try and get right back out of bed. Mind you, he was on, they had bumped all of his meds 4 milligrams up. So he was out of it. And and it wasn't like an OD or anything like that. It's just we got him to the point to enough to where his body could handle that much, and because he was in a weak state. He weighed 105 pounds or some shit.
Oh my God, really?
I'm sure by the end of it, he weighed around that pound. Because me and him were trying to race, because I'm 129 or something right now, and I need to beat the fuck up. And I was hoping if he got through all this shit, me and him would fucking just pound peanut butter and root beer or something, you know?
Just, yeah, get some mass on you.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I gotta try and do this by myself. But shit, it is what it is. So far, you know, I've never really had anything like this happen to me. Quite yet.
It's the first time. It's fucked up, man.
Yeah, man. And you're gonna go through a lot of shit, Lyric. You know, like some days are gonna be good, some days are gonna be bad. You're gonna be going through all kinds of emotions, but it's just normal, dude.
Yeah.
It's just a part of life.
Yeah, and you know, you're growing up now, and this is part of life. Like people that you're close to, one day they're gone. You know, whether it be through death or whether it be through, you know, some kind of falling out or whatever. But it's life, dude, and you know, you're gonna go through a lot of pain, but you're gonna come out on the end, and you just got to remember and honor Bruce because, you know, he probably taught you a lot, and he taught us all a lot about, you know, I mean, just watching him on stage, he was a master.
Yes.
On stage. You know, I mean,
I have
to learn how to be a front man.
I have to. I don't, like Joker. You know, I know you give it to him for the station. I give it to him this. I had some really high fucking blood pressure. I was getting fat as fuck. When we sat down and I talked to him about his heart attack and Scotia dying, it kind of woke me the fuck up to actually do something in my life and start exercising. That year, that's a big thing. That's why I got a big fucking love for him, and that's why I'm real fucking sad that I had a big, like, that conversation. I want to say kind of saved my life in a way. Then that whole year when I was fucking losing those fucking 80 pounds, just jamming Warbeast and Rigor that whole year.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
got some inspiring shit, man.
You got to get it somewhere. People inspire you. That's what it is. When we talk to him, and I'd never met the dude before. Never met him. Just he agreed to talk to us on an interview. I just thought it was going to be just a normal fucking interview. We just talk to somebody and not connect, but we connected pretty good. He seems like that kind of guy everybody talks to, he connects with.
Yeah, no, he's definitely, you know, you talk to him, he'll strike a conversation with you, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You know, Lyric, I saw some just YouTube kid was interviewing Bruce like outside of a Warbeast show, and it was funny because he was talking about you, and he's outside of like a cell phone, and the wind is like horrible. It sounds like a tornado. So the kid would ask a question, and he'd be like, so like Warbeast is here, and so then Bruce would start to answer, and all he was like. And you're the kid's like, oh, okay, so what about the end? And he goes like, well, we have Lyric, who's, you know, we got him in the band as soon as he was ready. And I'm dying laughing. I'm like, this is hilarious. So I sent it to Josh.
I'll send you that video if you want. It is pretty funny. The wind just interrupted him like crazy.
Fucking give me a great chuckle. I would love to see that video.
Oh, I was laughing my ass off.
I don't know if you guys saw yet, but I got a Josh thing going on here.
Oh, this is the lighting right here.
That's the lighting?
Let me look. Hold on. Now, can you see in the lighting how the hair is all even because it's shaved?
Yeah, I already need to get mine shaved again, but dude, my entire life, this is the shortest I've ever had my hair.
Oh,
You
really?
look like you got the hairlines like I do going up that way.
Yeah,
look at this sweet hairline, boys.
Piece
Look
of
at
shit.
Look at that sweet hairline.
That's because you're like a lady. You got all that extra. Oh fuck.
No, that's because I spent a lot of years with like goofy hairdos. So, like, you know, like the good Lord above said, all right, your hairdos are always funny and stupid, but let you walk around being funny and stupid.
So, can I ask you what the plans are for the memorial or whatnot?
Well, as far as the memorial, we're not sure. We're looking into packages and where we want to, you know, hold it and all that kind of stuff for like close friends and family, and then we're gonna have a public show. which I'm not sure what band it consists of, so I don't know any details on that, but I do know there's going to be a celebration show for the life of Bruce Corbitt.
That's awesome.
And it could be anybody from Wizards of Gore or
all the Texas boys.
Doyle's band could fly in. I don't know, dude. There's many possibilities that could happen. Phil and Samo and the Illegals, maybe. Never know. But until then, and until I get word, and until I get the go ahead to give everybody the word, I'll get back to everybody.
Right on, just on the planet. You know what? If like that comes together, I would love to see you guys as the fucking do the 4-piece, do one last song with like that. What do you think? Do you know Bruce's favorite Warbeast song?
Birth of a Psycho.
Do that as a 4-piece with just a fucking spotlight right on the microphone. That'd be the way to go. I don't want to tell you what to
do. Man, what a bummer.
Seriously, that fucked me up. I've talked to this dude fucking like face to face once on a chat, and then just a bunch of times on just texting and stuff, and it fucked me up today, man. It's rough.
Now, Lyric, you've been on stage with like, two of the best frontmen you could think of. Oh, we lost them.
Shit, my phone's dying.
Oh, okay. I got one quick question for you. You've been on stage with Phil and Bruce. Have you taken anything away from the experience of being on stage with, arguably, like one of the best frontmen ever, and Bruce, who's an icon? Oh, we lost him.
Yeah, I think we lost. You got your question out, but we lost him.
Oh, okay.
That was good, man. Fucking sad day, though.
Yeah.
Very sad. I didn't expect to see his fucking Bruce's old lady and his mom come on. That was nice.
That was crazy, man.
I wasn't expecting that. She looks like she's handling okay. It's also she's probably in some shock though. Like I would be right after that.
That's what and then that's what I was telling Lyric, man. You got to go through the stages.
Yep.
And you're gonna go through them all.
Tomorrow's gonna be harder. Definitely will. It just happened.
You're gonna go through like sad. You're gonna go through anger. You're gonna go through the why. You're gonna go through everything.
From what he was saying though, it kind of sounded like they were all around him when he went though.
Yeah, that's good. Man.
They were saying the nurse told him that was what was it called? Restless, terminal restlessness.
Yeah, something like terminal restless sleeper syndrome.
Dude, that's like I heard that kind of fucked me up a little bit. I was thinking about like he just knows he's going, just wants to get out of bed and go.
Yeah, just whatever going on. I do the same goddamn thing. I'd be choking people.
Oh, that's fucking terrible. Oh,
yeah,
terrible.
Man.
At least it sounds like at least the family was around there and they went. He went with them. That's the big part.
And it sounds like they're gonna have like a real good memorial show for him. Like they're gonna have like friends and family, the private one, but the public one is I'm sure they're gonna do it big for Bruce, man. Because Texas, they really didn't get no credit till Pantera.
No.
The only band I'm trying to like you had like the Guitar Slingers, you had like Stevie Ray Vaughan, you had those kind of guys, you had Los Lobos, you had Selena coming out of Texas, but it was just the wrong time. Because like people were just so focused, LA fucking bands in the 80s. It was all about like LA and the Bay Area and like the New York hardcore. And Texas just Rigor Mortis, they just got kind of overlooked.
Oh yeah.
But people that know how fucking great they they work. Look at the lineup. Casey Orr. I mean, look at the lineup of Rigor Mortis and what those guys went on to do after that band, let alone the band.
A bit like Skasha, like that. He as a guitar player, man, he was fucking crazy. You ever sat and listened to him playing, man? Like sat?
No.
What am I saying? You fucking knows what you grew up with your metal.
You know, I mean, I just know the way. I can't sit there and this guy when he did this and that and the other thing, like. But no, man.
I'm just saying about sitting around just listening to the jam, and you know.
Yeah, I just remember, like you'd have on SOU when you got home from school, or and they would just play metal. It was just, and it's funny because it was a Catholic school, it's a Catholic college, Seton Hall. And they wanted to shut down the radio station because they thought the music was satanic, the priests that ran the school. But all us kids wrote we just all signed petitions, and just from everywhere, they got hundreds and they got thousands of signatures saying we want the metal. And it's still to this day they play metal.
That's awesome. You gotta love the metal. Gotta love the fucking metal.
I like the punk rock.
Well, you gotta love the metal too. Come on.
No, I know there's all different genres. Same with punk, with metal, but I love fast fucking thrash. I love it. Nothing better than
because it's angry.
Yeah, it's aggressive, but it's so fast, and I'm not really into the guitar, when the guy's amazing, you're like, okay, that's cool, I get it, but I just love the speed of it all, and even when the guy's going tweetly tweet 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 with all the notes and stuff, as long as it's not too loud in the mix, I'm cool with it.
That's it. I don't know. The thrash, I got a big connection with. I love the thrash.
Well, see, back in the day, it was thrash and hardcore were kind of coming Thrasher magazine, the skateboard magazine.
Yeah.
You could order cassettes, and you could get 7 seconds. You could get and then they would have you could get who was it a couple of and you would just fill out an order form, and you could order cassettes, and it'd be some thrash bands, some of the skate punk bands, and
BMG kind of.
Yeah, just that fast fucking. Some of the dudes had really long hair, some of the dudes had shaved heads, but some of the dudes played guitar fancy, some didn't. But if you listen to Anthrax, they're basically a New York hardcore band with a fruity singer.
That's what fucked me up with Anthrax. The singer always sucks. I don't know if that's the shtick or what. If you
look at old school pictures at CBGB's when fucking, Agnostic Front's playing, when the Cro-Mags are playing, you'll see that dude, Scott Ian. You'll see him in the picture standing there in the corner watching. Because he's the only prick in there with a fucking bang haircut that comes down like this. But you saw him there. And if you listen to Anthrax, they're a New York hardcore band with a fruity singer. Oh no, I'm by myself. Oh, sir.
Can you hear me, bud? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Oh, hold on. What the fuck? Hold on. The fucking thing's buffering. You're frozen. You got a really retarded look on your face right now.
Good.
Oh, okay.
I'm really glad.
All right, that's much better. Can you see me?
Yes.
All right, the retarded look is gone.
But I was gonna say, you listen to when Anthrax, when they're rocking out with Public Enemy, that's awesome. But then you see that fruity guy dancing around, and you're like, ugh.
It's just disgusting.
I don't like it.
It's not fucking called for.
They should get Michael Graves as their singer. Hey-o.
Oh no,
they'd be fruity as ever.
If we got any metalheads, I don't want to sound like a dick, but if it's Drunk News people and you're not a Rigor Mortis Warbeast fan, don't fucking try to pop up. No offense, because it's just not the show. No offense, but if you're a Rigor fan, Warbeast fan, you want to jump on, share a Bruce story, let me know real quick. Otherwise, I think we're just gonna give that last sip.
Yeah, last claw, last sip.
Last claw and last sip, last dab.
I got a last sip.
I got one last sip, and I've been trying not to fucking do it. Been trying not to do it.
To do what?
I've been trying not to finish this little last sip I have.
Oh, we're saving it.
Yeah, or it's the last one for the toast. I want to make sure if Lyric pop back on or whatnot, you know. But I think his phone's probably fucking dead right now. So
Yeah, and he's with the family. He had fun with us, and I think and I hope we kind of took him out of his pain.
I think we did. We were distracting him for a hot minute. I definitely think we were distracting him good for a minute.
It was it was typical drunk news interview. Half you get questions asked, start goofing around.
Well, that would go. You go from Aqua Teen Hunger Force questions, or just be like, "Yo, that was the shit," to be like, "Ashton, so how you feeling today, buddy?"
Like, hey, buddy. How you feeling? Well, how's your base rig? What are you doing? Sticking batteries in there? What are we talking? See, I always got to ask about the rig, man. I always got to ask about people's equipment, and I just got to know. I
still can't believe we got Bruce's old lady on.
That was just that was really cool. Honestly, really fucking cool. And we got to give our condolences and let them know that, like, hey, look, there's these goofy guys out there doing a stupid show about Root. And I think they really liked your record album that was like cut out with the bat.
Dude, like literally once, like I just fucking took a break from it. I did the fucking gay one, that just some no-name fucking record that I had. And I was just about to post on Facebook looking for the Aerosmith. I was like, because I don't have any Aerosmith records. I'm sure I know somebody with a fucked up Aerosmith record though. Because you're never going to play it again. It doesn't matter if it's perfect. It just cut out of it, I just need that label. That's the important part. The label looks good. Just about to do that, scroll down, I was like, fuck.
Now, can you just get like what's the label on the record?
Well, no, I wanted to make it authentic. I wanted an old one, like a vintage one. I don't care if it's scratched to absolute fuck. You saw how much of it was taken out. You can't. It doesn't matter if it's scratched or fuck. But I wanted that old original label. That's what I was going for. I was hoping for.
Well,
it's funny how that happened. Just they're thinking about it, just right about to do that, then find it out. Funny.
Hey, listen, man. The world is just
but you don't gotta console me. I'm good. I'm just telling you, I thought it was funny.
I hate doing adult stuff, man. I hate it.
Fuck that shit. I'm doing this dab. Fuck it.
All right.
You doing a dab?
Me too. I was talking about dabs.
What's your Warbeast shirt?
Got a Warbeast shirt. Got the fucking gonna bump some Rigor Mortis later.
Gotta bump some Rigors.
I'm gonna call up Eddie Trunk and say, "Hey, you stupid Eddie Trunk, Rigor Mortis."
Hey, check this out while you're on it. Bang some Gamma Side for Scott Shelby. Scott Shelby's old band. They were fucking. I have a 2 or 3 record collection of Gamma Side.
Scott Shelby.
Ready?
And correct me if I'm wrong. Is a beast.
Oh yes, you ready?
Well, I didn't light my shit, but go ahead.
Fuck things. I didn't want mine getting cold, bud. Might as well put the song on. So if I remember correctly, lyrics said Birth of a Psycho was Bruce's favorite song.
Well, I can't hear nothing, but
it went out. Can you hear it now?
No.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, how about if I bring it up? Hold on. We'll wait till he starts singing. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. 1 second. 1 second.